If you've been a viewer of my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Riot Games, and I do say from the heart that they've created two of the most fun and entertaining games I've ever played in my life, but there's a big elephant in the room we really need to talk about, and I feel like pretty much every single League of Legends content creator has spoken about this in the past, and it's obviously not any new content, but maybe I'm doing this just because I want to get it off my own chest, you know? So, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, you probably have seen the fact that I really like Valorant, and it's literally the central focus point of most of the videos that I put, which is really weird to say that when I'm talking about Riot's other game. Now, whether you wanted to or not, you've probably heard of League of Legends at some point in your life. Unless you've been living under a rock or just don't play games, at which point I salute you, sir and or madam and or they/them. But League of Legends has been a big part of my life, having overcome the addiction to the game and now playing it much more casually, but also at a better level than I did whilst I was addicted. It's a game that I hold a lot of passion for because it's always meant a lot to me. It's constantly getting updated, constantly getting patched, and by all means, I shouldn't be able to recommend the game enough, but as many people have discovered, myself included, it is incredibly difficult to ask or suggest the game to other people. And the main reason for that all comes down to what I'm about to show you. Now, this isn't a regular occurrence, and I understand that this happens very rarely, but in this particular game, I was simply trying to enjoy a game of League of Legends. One of my teammates decided to write in chat that he wishes us to try our best, and that he would really appreciate it if we went out of our way to win because it was his rank up game to Platinum. Now, if you play ranked in any form of game, you'll find that ranking up means a lot to a lot of people. So obviously, the natural reaction for my AD carry and support is to troll. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. These people didn't troll for fun. They didn't do this because they had a bad game. No, I will post a picture of the names right now. These are burner accounts, and there's a dime of dozen. They're even used by content creators to smurf and then dropped. There's people who can buy these accounts for very cheap. We're talking £5 an account, which equates to about $6. $6 to ruin up to 150 League of Legends games. The average League of Legends games last half an hour. That's over 3,000 minutes of wasted time. And these accounts don't often get banned because Riot's auto-ban system focuses on language and slurs rather than intentional feeding and active trolling. Now, the only way to ban trolling is by manually reviewing the footage, and with over 100 million players nationwide, and worldwide actually, it's very difficult to manually review the content of every single place in the world. However, I'm hoping I can bring light to these two wonderful people who have taken it upon themselves to ruin not only my, but multiple people's ranked experience because they happen to have reached high elo. Of course, Riot doesn't care. Why would Riot care? These people do not slander the name, do they? But they claimed to be the coach for G2, a respected professional League of Legends team. It hurts to say this, Riot, but after 13 and a bit years, don't you consider that it's enough to let people get away with slandering not only your name but other people's experience in this game? Do you not think it's time to make that hard decision? Of course, being your cash cow, League of Legends is making you more money than you could ever imagine, but what if? What if the healthiest thing you can do for League of Legends right now is to pull the plug? I won't be saying goodbye to this game. I still enjoy playing it with my friends. But after tonight, after the games you've given me today, which you can watch on my stream, selfless plug, I don't think I'm going to be promoting your game anymore. I'm only a small fish in a massive sea of League of Legends content creators, but I genuinely think you should take a good look at yourself, the amazing game you've published, and decide whether losing your entire community over a small, what you call a small percentage of players, is worth it. I've always wanted to make a video explaining why I don't find League of Legends fun anymore. And the short answer is, how can you have fun in a game that is so dramatically team dependent that the impact of a single human being can take you from a game to a black and white simulator where you have to stare at the screen as the enemy team savagely and absolutely brutally annihilates you because they're so thirsty for a victory that they cannot get in ranked, that they'd rather make you suffer an agony at the trolls on your team than actively engage in good sportsmanship. I'm not asking people to surrender, but the least you can do is not to jump like hungry animals at the idea of a 4v5 or even a 3v5. There were 5 people on my team this game. 3 of them had nothing to do with the reason why we lost. We were just doing our best. But 2 of them decided the fate of the better part of 20 minutes of my life. And I'm really, really tired of letting other people decide what's going on in my games. Maybe you should just focus on your other games. I hope that the MMO and that Project L are not as big of failures in community as Valorant and League of Legends have been. Thank you. Good night.